Niners 808 asks, Fred Warner appears to be struggling this season. What gives? Now, this was a truncated question. Let me give you the full take, again, to show you the insight of fans writing in wanting to know the answers about their Niners. Full question is, Fred Warner seems to be really struggling this season. He has just a 68.4 PFF rating so far. What gives? Was last season just an anomaly for him? It's the only year he's had above a 70 PFF grade. And this is just who he is? So it points out that, yes, when we go back through the past 3 years, if we take out a rookie year where you may not expect him to have a phenomenal PFF grade, he's currently leading the teams in tackles again this year, but you can argue that that's expected given his position in the offense. It's almost always a team's inside linebacker that leads in that category. But in his PFF grade, we look at 2021, 68.4. 2020, 88.6. 2019 was a surprise to me, 66.9. Statistically, it was actually a similar year in 2020 to 2019, but with greater number of missed tackles. That was the key. For me, the answer to this question is much more about the eye test here and what I see and trusted opinions about the value of Fred Warner and what he brings to this team. From what I see and from what I read about Fred Warner and his play, I'm not worried. It's fair to ask how much Fred is currently thinking, how much he's trapped up in his head in a new scheme with DeMeco Ryans. Even though the scheme and system are very similar, it still is new. He still is the quarterback of said scheme, and he's the one that is responsible for all of that communication. So you wonder if he's not playing as fast as he did last year. So far, it's a solid statistical season for him right now. It's just missing those big plays. I do think it's fair to criticize Fred Warner for missing those big plays because of the size of his contract, because of the fact that he became the highest paid inside linebacker in the game for a brief stint this offseason, and because the other guy who then trumped him in that regard and took the biggest contract right after Fred did, Darius Leonard, is coming up with those game-changing plays. Look for Fred Warner to try and implement some of those peanut punches that we're seeing from Josh Norman, and hopefully can pull down an interception at some point in the near future.